The Silent Witness, the unsolved murder of Dr. Anirudh Rao. The city of secrets Hyderabad, a city of contrasts. A place where history whispers from the walls of the Charminar, while the neon glow of high-tech city signals a future driven by ambition. It is a city of kings, IT moguls, struggling dreamers, and those who disappear into the night. On the surface, it thrives. But beneath the polished roads and luxury apartments, shadows lurk. Some secrets never make it to the headlines. Some stories fade before they are told. This is the story of Dr. Anirudh Rao, a respected neurologist, a man of stature and wealth. But one April night in 2017, he was found murdered in his home, his throat slit with chilling precision. There were no signs of struggle, no robbery, no forced entry. The crime scene told a silent story, one that even the most seasoned investigators found difficult to decode. Was this a crime of passion, a professional hit, or something far more sinister? As the investigation unraveled, so did the hidden truths of Dr. Rao's life. Chapter 1. A man with everything to lose. Dr. Anirudh Rao was a man at the peak of his success. At 42, he was one of the most sought-after neurologists in Hyderabad. Patients traveled from across the country to seek his expertise. He lived in a posh Banjara Hills villa, drove a sleek Audi, and had a wife, Nandini, who was just as admired in social circles. They were the picture of a power couple. But behind the expensive vacations and elegant dinner parties, something was deeply wrong. People close to him noticed that in the months leading up to his death, Dr. Rao had changed. He had become secretive, constantly checking his phone, avoiding social gatherings. Then, just 2 days before his murder, he made a withdrawal of 50 lakh rupees from his bank. He didn't tell anyone why, and then he was gone. Chapter 2. The crime scene that spoke in silence. On April 19, 2017 at 8 a.m., Lakshmi, the house help, arrived as usual. She rang the doorbell. No answer. She used the spare key. The house was eerily silent. The coffee machine sat untouched. Then she entered the bedroom and screamed. Dr. Anirudh lay on the bed, face down. His throat had been slit in a single clean motion, the kind seen in professional assassinations. But there were no signs of a break-in, no missing valuables, no forced entry. Someone had walked into that house knowing exactly what they had come for. Chapter 3. The investigation begins. ACP Raghav Sharma, a sharp-minded investigator with 20 years on the force, took charge of the case. He had solved high-profile crimes before, but something about this case felt different. His first questions: why was there no sign of struggle? Why was the murder so precise? Why had the CCTV footage for the night been erased? The first suspect was Nandini, the wife. Chapter 4. The Wife's Secret. At the time of the murder, Nandini was in Mumbai, visiting her parents. She returned the moment she heard the news. At first, she was devastated. But as the investigation continued, suspicion fell on her. Police discovered a heated phone conversation between her and Anirudh 2 days before his murder. Their marriage wasn't as perfect as it seemed. Anirudh was allegedly planning a divorce, and his Chapter 5. A betrayal in business. Dr. Rao was not just a doctor, he was also a businessman. He co-owned Prime Diagnostics, a successful medical testing chain, with Dr. Rajesh Verma, his longtime friend. But forensic accountants found something shocking. 3 crore rupees was missing from their accounts. And just days before his murder, Anirudh had confronted Rajesh. When questioned, Rajesh admitted that he and Anirudh had argued. But would he kill over money? Then came another twist. Call records showed that on the night of the murder, Rajesh's phone was active near Banjara Hills. Rajesh swore he had nothing to do with it. But then came a breakthrough. Chapter 6. The shadow in the footage. The missing CCTV footage had been deliberately erased, but a forensic expert managed to recover a single frame. At 1:45 a.m., a shadowy figure entered the house through the backyard. The person wore black gloves, a hoodie, and moved silently. The way they walked, calm, professional, focused, was chilling. And then, in one moment, they turned to the camera. A gloved hand reached out and covered the lens. This was no random intruder, this was an assassin. And the key to identifying them lay in one clue. They had a limp. Chapter 7. The former driver. Investigators remembered a man with a limp, Dr. Rao's former driver, Arif Khan. 6 months ago, Anirudh had fired him after catching him stealing from the house. When the police raided his last known location, they found him hiding in a cheap lodge. Arif didn't deny being there, but his next words shocked everyone. "I didn't kill him," he said. "I was hired." Chapter 8. The real mastermind. Arif admitted that he had been paid 10 lakh rupees to erase the CCTV footage and clean the crime scene. But he didn't commit the murder. So who did? Dr. Rajesh Verma. Anirudh had found out about the missing 3 crore rupees and was about to report Rajesh. Rather than face financial ruin and jail, Rajesh hired a contract killer, someone who knew how to make a murder look clean. When the killer finished the job, Arif was sent to erase the evidence. Chapter 9. Justice served? Rajesh was arrested, along with the hitman he had hired. Arif, who had tampered with evidence, received a reduced sentence for cooperating. Dr. Anirudh's killer was caught, but a question remained. Was Rajesh really acting alone? Because in his confession, Rajesh made one chilling statement. "There are others involved, but you'll never find them." Epilogue. A murder in the dark, Dr. Anirudh Rao's murder was not a crime of passion. It was a calculated execution, orchestrated by someone he called his best friend. Even today, whispers remain. Was there another mastermind? And if so, how many more secrets are still buried in Hyderabad's shadows? Because sometimes the dead don't speak, but the city does.
What do you think about this case? Do you believe justice was served, or do you think the punishment should have been harsher? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more chilling crime mysteries.